The League's Chief Executive Andrew Dillon to join us at the desk with the issues as they present in Grand Final week. And one of those is the place of the modern Brownlow medal. Two things can be true as once. Matt Rowell was the most worthy winner last night, and by the end we had all manner of controversy.
Saints need a goal to tie the scores.
Wanganeen Malera has gone to full forward.
The long kick. Wanganeen Malera!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Unbelievable!
Look at Ross Lyon, he can't believe it!
Loves him. Oh, he's got it, the superstar! He sets it on its way! Oh, Nazia's on fire!
St Kilda and Wanganeen Miller 2 votes. Melbourne, Jay Videy 3 votes.
But if you were going to say there was one game that got 3 votes, that would be in the top handful, would it not?
Gold Coast, M. Rowell 3 votes. Gold Coast, M. Rowell 3 votes. Gold Coast, M. Rowell 3 votes. Gold Coast, M. Rowell 3 votes.
I probably wasn't expecting that sort of start, so yeah, probably kind of had to switch on a bit after that.
Gold Coast, M. Rowell 3 votes. And I declare the winner of the 2025 Brownlow medal, Matt Rowell of the Gold Coast Suns.
It was a surreal feeling being up there, you know, as a kid, like watching the Brownlow and seeing players up there, and I don't know, it was, yeah, very pinch me sort of moment. You do dream of maybe, you know, winning a Brownlow or something like that one day. I don't play for individual honours. Really want to win a premiership one day. That's what you play for, but I'm very honoured to win this prestigious award and very humbled.
The best and fairest and the worst of Brownlow night all wrapped into one. The Premiership Cup has arrived with the boss, Andrew Dillon. Great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me on, Jared. Good to see you, Gary.
You got to talk real fast, you got to slow down a little bit.
It's very
I'm going to go really fast now.
Landed by 10:28. Salute to you, as the early work was worth it.
I was listening to the producer in the ear. I was trying to get my timings right.
Well, you did it well, because it didn't start till after 8, and then you wound it up by 10, was it 10:30?
Yeah, just on 10:30, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you take our job.
What would you say of our winner?
Oh, he's a super player. He's had a great year, and he's the sort of player, I think Richard mentioned in his speech, he won 5 competition BNS as a junior, so he's obviously someone who's attracted the umpire's attention for most of his career.
That was the bit I loved, Gaz. He loves footy so much. He loves his boots. Yep. He eats the grass. Like, he is the kid who would have slept with his footy, and all the way through. And he was almost destined from it. From when he starts his career with 3-3-3 in games 2, 3 and 4, and then he has interruption, he gets diverted along the way. He's always caught the eye.
No, I think he's a spectacular player. He really is. I mean, I had the right to vote with our award, and he was right there, and I just love how courageous he is. I love how single-minded he is, and it doesn't surprise me that he catches the eye of the umpire, because he's added that breakaway stuff to his game as well. We've always known him as this inside animal that, you know, is as competitive as anyone, but he's added this different element this year, I think, and that would be even more eye-catching.
And if you go back to his first 3 games, or the second, third and fourth, where he did have that, and maybe the injuries, but yeah, he's been a super player.
So he's not in any way a controversial winner. The aspect is the concentration of votes, 39 after last year's 45. Are you on alert for that?
Look, it's a topic, and it's come up last year and certainly this year. But, I mean, ultimately the Brownlow is the umpire's award, and we will go to the umpiring group like we did last year. There's a bit of talk about, you know, should they have access to stats. The leadership group last year from the umpires were comfortable as it is, but we'll have a chat with them in the off-season again. But I think, as you said, like, no one could argue with Matt as the Brownlow medalist for this year, and Patrick the year before.
Do you think to maintain the reverence of the award, it has to hold up in the modern context, where you can troubleshoot the votes the moment that they land and see the fault lines within them?
Yeah, look, it's a really good point, Jared, but it's I said in the speech last night, it's 101 years old. The umpires have been part of it, but absolutely, we have to continue to progress. And if that's access to stats, if that's the thing that helps that, well, then we'd certainly have a look at it.
Do you worry that it is being held up to ridicule to some degree? And so I've been going to Brownlow since Robert Harvey won his first, and I think people are sort of in and out of the count. The moment where Wanganeen Miller didn't get through, I've never experienced that before. That was a moment of ridicule, I thought, for the Brownlow.
Oh, look, I mean, I've been to 20-odd Brownlows myself. Yes, that was one, but maybe that was just one out of the box. I think it's the highest individual accolade. There was 1.5 million people who watched it last night, and we're talking about it now, and it is still a super prestigious award.
I agree with that. It matters to us. That's why it was debated so fiercely today. But it will only hold as the game's most prestigious award if it's an accurate reflection of what's taking place at the field, on the field. I think that's the balance point at the moment. If you don't give the umpires all the information that all of us had, I think it's the equivalent of playing pin the tail on the donkey with a blindfold on. And the award, it won't sustain if it's held up to ridicule year on year on year.
Yeah, but I think you're picking one game out of 207 for that example.
I could pick more.
Yeah,
I could lay out some of the Patrick.
But actually,
votes.
if we look at the top 10, it actually pretty much reflects, albeit with little changes in terms of the Coaches Award, the Players Award, and most of your media awards as well.
I think in this age and era that we live in, everyone's got access to the immediate access to be able to review these things. I think this has been going on for years and years and years, and it is what you get with the vagaries of having an umpire put in charge. I think the stats are a must. I'm interested to know. I would be interested to know why the leadership group said that they didn't need them. I think that's something that has to be addressed and should be afforded to the umpires. But I have no issue with the fact that there are these different challenges, because we've got enough awards, and umpires see things differently to you and me and, coaches or players and everyone else. And that is the uniqueness of this award. It's up to us to allocate how much prestige we want to put on these awards. I still, have it right there, but I have the coaches and I have the GVP, the players, not the GVP.
Oh, that'll carry. That'll carry.
The Players Award and the GVP. So I don't have an issue with it at all. And I read an article in the Herald Sun just recently, and they picked apart the Goods, Buckley and Rashudo awards, and they highlighted 3 games. You just were every bit as staggering as these guys not getting votes. So anyway, I think that stats have to happen though, and I would like to know why they're not having a look at it.
So what chance the umpires will see some version of stats next year?
Well, as I said, that's a conversation we'll have in the off-season. But we're not deaf to the opinions of those that matter.
The official memorabilia is now available, hand-signed by Matt Rowell, officialmemorabilia.com.au, to celebrate the Suns' 2nd Brownlow medal. Did you have any trepidation around Bailey Smith last night, who's a very different cat, it's fair to say?
Yeah, he's an interesting, super player, interesting guy.
Interesting shades.
He's probably about the only person in the room who could pull those shades off. But yeah, look, he polled really well, 3rd in the Brownlow, and he's got a big day on Saturday, and I know he's really looking forward to that.